Welcome to Voices of Healing and Justice. I'm Dr. McNeil. Today we're going to talk about your resume not reaching a human being so that you can't get the interview to get the job that you applied for. So what's happening? The job market has shifted. The application process has changed. The way and the manner in which you apply for jobs has totally changed. And AI has interrupted that. What we knew before is before. It's a day of the past. Today, AI has a ever-present presence in our job application process. So today we're going to unpack. You may say, Dr. McNeil, my application, I keep getting rejected. My application never even reached anyone. Sometimes the corporations don't even send a response. You send this application out into the orbit and there's no response. Sometimes you get a generated response. We reviewed your application and decided to move on to another candidate. And so you say, how do they make those decisions? How did that person look at my resume and not see that I was qualified for this job? The question today is, did a human even see your application? Did they even get a chance to review it? Let's talk about first this AI algorithm. Most companies, major companies, are using AI to filter through all applications that they get in response to any positions. So if you're applying to a major company or to a very large company, many of them are using an AI tool. That tool will scan for keywords. But most of us today are using AI to build our resume. So if the beginning of your resume sounds exactly like AI, you're probably not going to get through the AI algorithm because you haven't added your voice to the AI. So you must, one, keep the keyword. If you generate your resume using AI, you then want to add your voice to the AI so that it doesn't read like AI. Does that make sense? You want to keep the keywords, then you want to edit your resume using your voice. Now, the number one thing is that you must have a stellar resume. That is non-negotiable. That's a non-factor. Your resume must be tailored to the job. So say goodbye to that standard resume that you use in order to apply to all jobs. That day is gone. That day was yesterday, and welcome to today. So today, no one is going to read a standard resume that you send to all jobs. The resume must be tailored to the position in which you are applying for. And like we covered last week on our episode, that resume must also state how you are adding value to the company. Does that make sense? So if you want some tips on adding value, how you state that you add value, please go on our channel, take a look at our previous video because I covered that thoroughly. So now we want to talk about this AI algorithm that's fishing through all of these applications, and now this is important, they store your data for up to 330 days. If you've taken any type of assessment, especially if you've taken assessment, they store that assessment data for up to 330 days. So there's no getting around the AI algorithm. That makes this whole job situation, this applying to jobs, completely different. So you must be strategic when you are applying to jobs because the AI algorithm can be blocking you from your desired position. It can be withholding your application so that no human has a chance to see it. A human being is not even reading about you, okay? Now, this is the part that really caught me off guard when I was doing my research about the AI algorithm. So if you got a no from company A, you're going to get a no from company B, from company C, from company D, because the AI algorithm has already indicated that this resume is a no-go. Okay? The shocking thing about AI, what we are learning more and more about, is AI has a few biases. Okay, Dr. McNeil, what do you mean? AI is biased? Has some biases built into it? Absolutely. Stanford University did research on AI, and the study found that AI 20% biased towards Blacks, 15% biased towards Asians. And this is documented in the Stanford research article. So don't take Dr. McNeil word. Go online, look for Stanford University, their AI research on job applications. And this is going to pop right up, and you can read for yourself the study that says that AI has a built-in bias against Black people, against Asians. So wait a minute, Dr. McNeil. I'm applying for a job, and I already indicate on the job application I'm Black. There's a bias in that? Absolutely. Read about it or go ahead and inform yourself. And you'll be just as outraged as I am about this, okay? So let's keep going on. So now that AI had this algorithm, it has already blocked you from getting any type of human response or human review of your application. So what's the strategy, Dr. McNeil? It just all can't be doom and gloom. I agree with you. It is not all doom and gloom, but we must adopt a new strategy, a new way of how we apply for jobs. So let's get into this. Let's make sure that we do these three top things when we are applying to jobs, okay? Number one, you must have a stellar resume for that position in which you are applying for. Okay, so we're to say bye-bye to using that one resume to apply for all your jobs. You're going to sit down. You're going to have an excellent resume full of all the keywords. That resume is also going to talk about your value. What can you bring to the organization? It's not going to be a historical document. There's some of us that are closer to my age. So you may have experiences that happened 20 years ago, that happened 15 years ago. Well, not so much of a history, but how do you bring value to the job? What are you going to add if they select you to join their company? So your resume wants to read like that. So you want to review that resume, want to make sure it's an excellent resume. That's number one. You must have an excellent resume for that job. Number two is that human connection. Many more people are landing jobs in the US and in Europe and all abroad when they have a human connection to the job. So someone referred you or someone put you in contact with this person, and then maybe you reached out to that person on LinkedIn. It doesn't say that you're going to get the job. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the person who at least recognizes your name. So, for example, if my name were to come up and I applied for that position, and they'll say, "Whoa, I've heard of Dr. McNeil. Can you pull that? Can you review it?" That's all we're talking about. Doesn't mean you're going to get the job. Doesn't mean they really know you. It's just, hey, I've heard of her. Send her resume to the department. That's all it means. And then last but not least, I want you to recognize and sit with that our traditional way of applying has disappeared. We must change the way that we are applying to jobs. I want to inform you. I want to provide you with all the information so that when you're reaching out for that new opportunity, especially if you're in the Republic of South Africa, we have such a high unemployment rate. So knowing these strategies, getting these strategies in order will help you land that position much easier and hopefully much faster. Our job today on Voices of Healing and Justice is to provide you with those job application strategies so that we could help you obtain the job and hopefully make an impact on reducing our unemployment rate. I'm Dr. Anissa McNeil, and what a joy to be with you today.